Reflecting on my experiences in AMB339, I would say that it was one of the most challenging, often frustrating units that I have ever done at QT. I would also say that it was one of the most rewarding. At the beginning of the semester, Louise said that if it doesn't challenge you, then it doesn't change you, and I am certainly changed for the experience. There were many challenging elements to this unit. For someone who works Friday nights, it was particularly tricky juggling work and studies. Throw in an internship and other assignments, and you have a list of a logistical nightmare. It was also difficult working in such large and diverse teams. Getting 9 busy uni students together in the same room was close to impossible, and getting everyone on the same page was even worse. I don't envy our account manager. Having missed the first lecture to be at a friend's wedding, I was already behind the 8 ball. I was assigned the role of account planner within my group, and with little idea of what the role entailed, I began the capstone unit already on the back foot. As it turned out, the role would be a blessing in disguise, allowing me to work hard in the beginning to set up the team and be there to support them throughout the rest of the journey. Putting in the hard work early was a tactic that I traditionally took anyway, and while I wasn't that excited to do the research, it actually turned out for the best. Issues began to arise, however, when others in the group had similar ideas, were eager to start and wanted to take over the research without really understanding the other roles of the group. Evidence of this is apparent in the questionnaire that we put out. It contained a lot of questions about advertising strategy, rather than ones that helped uncover the target audience's attitudes and behaviours towards organ donation. I have also usually found most research to be an individual effort, and working with a partner was something that I initially struggled with. Lucky for me, I had a great partner who kept in constant contact and was a similar headspace to myself. Once we had completed the research, I quickly realised how tough it was going to be to keep everyone to the scope of the research. Everyone had their own interpretations of the information and decided to go off on their own tangents. It was often the planners' and managers' jobs to pull people back in line and ensure that they were on brief, and there was a battle that we didn't always win. McShane 2013 uses the conflict process model in order to demonstrate how conflict within a team can have positive or negative effects. Positives can include better decisions and team cohesion. Negatives include stress, lower performance, and distorted information. I believe that in our case, there was evidence of both outcomes, and there was certainly a fair amount of stress at times. Grant, McLeod, and Shaw 2012 state that advertising agencies work within complex network environments involving internal and external relationships, including media, research, and other marketing agencies. It is unsurprising, therefore, that collaboration through complex networks of social relationships is an important dynamic of advertising client-agency relationships, and that collaboration between all areas is essential for the success of the agency and client satisfaction. The research shown breaks down 3 key areas that cause problems for planners. Number 1 is the ongoing struggle to maintain control over the process of advertising planning, ensuring that what they set out originally is carried on throughout the life of the project. Number 2 is a breakdown of mutual trust. Mutual trust has long been recognised as an essential component in successful client-agency relationships and is important to allow successful outcomes for the group. Number 3, planners do often not see themselves as powerful members of the team. Operating in a space of big egos, the planners often do not feel any ownership of the final product and get very little glory. Upon reflection of how our group went over the time of the project, it is clear that there were areas for improvement, but there were also a lot of parts that we could be very proud of. 3 changes that we'd like to make for next time. Number 1, be letting the rest of the team do their job and giving up control of the final product. It was something that I struggled with early, but learned to let go and pick the battles that I knew were important. Number 2, building trust. Building trust is something that we could have spent more time developing earlier on in the project. Time was something that we didn't necessarily have a lot of, and we had to learn about each other as we went along. And number 3 would be more involved in all aspects of the project. It was something I'll definitely be more aware of in the future and would lead to a better finished product. I think if our team was to start the process again, we would be more successful as a team unit. Now having built trust and knowing skills and areas where we all excel, and it's something that I will take into all future projects.